So first we have to know the what is meant by website. Whenever if you are opening any website, for example www.abcd.com, we are opening in browser. Whenever we are opening in the browser, so automatically one website is open, right? What is meant by website? Website is a collection of web pages. So in real time scenario, if you are opening any website, we have n number of pages in the website. For example, now here you can observe, I'm going to open here ELearnInfoTech.com. Whenever we are opening ELearnInfoTech.com, so here we have the home page, and here we have the about us, and here we have the courses, we have the training. Like we have so many menu here, so many pages. Just click on the about us, it is moved to the about us page. Whenever we are click on the courses, it is moved to the courses. Whenever we are click on registration, it is moved to the registration. That means here we have collection of web pages, so that's why we can call it as a website. So what is meant by website? Website is a collection of web pages. If you are opening any website, there is a collection of pages, so that's why we can call it as a website. In real time scenario, we have two type of websites. One is static website and second one is dynamic website. What is meant by static and what is meant by dynamic, now we are going to discuss. So static in the sense, it is a fixed content. That means, so everything should be like a fixed content. In case if you want to do any changes here without any coding knowledge, you are unable to do changes in the static website. That means, so it is a just look and feel. So just we are going to look and feel, that's it. So if you want to do any changes in this one, so with the help of coding knowledge only we can do the changes. That means developer can do the changes in this one. So this is about the static website.
Can you show me an example of a static website?
Yeah, I will show you. I will show you. Just you can observe. So what is meant by static? Static is a fixed content. So it is a just look and feel. If you want to do any changes in the static website, so that is through the coding only we can do the changes. So and that means developer can do the changes in the static website. For example, I have one website. That website, so either that is the static or dynamic, how we are going to identify it. So it depends upon the extension. So .html or .htm. Whenever if you are observing these extensions, we can easily understood that is static. For example, now here I am going to open elearninfotech.com. So whenever you are opening this website, so I want to identify whether this website is static or dynamic. So how we are going to identify it? So we have the navigation, just click on any item. So here whenever we are click on about us, you can observe here we have the extension is .html. So whenever if you click on the any navigation, so you can observe the extension. What is the extension we have? We have the .html. If you are observing the extension is .htm or .html. So what is the use of .htm and what is the use of .html? Both are static websites only, but this is the old extension. Like in HTML we have the versions like HTML and HTML5. So old version we are using .htm. So but nowadays all are using the extension is .html only. So now see in this website what is the extension we have? We have the .html, so that we can easily understood this is static website. So for example, you can observe now I'm going to open home page. So in the home page we have the new batch timings. Web designing new batch starts on 3/6/2021. Actually that 3/6/2021 is completed now. I have to update this news. How we are going to update? First we have to check whether this is a static or dynamic. So see, this is a static one. So static website, if you want to do any changes, so only developer can do the changes. That means in case I have some coding knowledge, then only I'm going to do changes in this website. In case I don't have any coding knowledge, I am unable to do the changes. This is about the static website. So I will revise one more time, just you can observe. So website is a collection of web pages, and we have two types of websites in real-time scenario. What is the two types? Static and dynamic. Static in the sense it is a fixed content. That website everything should be fixed only. So simply we can say it as a look and feel. So that means only developer can do the changes in this website. So through the coding knowledge only we can do the changes. So this is about the static. So, and how we are going to identify whether there is a static or dynamic depends upon the extensions. Whenever if you are observing .htm or .html extension, we can easily understood that is static one. Coming to dynamic. So what is meant by dynamic one? So now I am going to open another website. You can observe this one. So here I am opening one engineering college website. So you can just scroll down. Here also we have the latest news scrolling similar to our web page. So but here my client requirement is they want to post some news their self. So that means they don't know any coding knowledge also, but they want to do some changes for this. So at the time we are going to create separate dashboard. So now I am giving here some credential to the my client. So through the
So
credentials,
1 minute, 1 second. Can you please repeat that? I didn't get you for the dynamic web page. The last few lines which you said, your voice is a little breaking. I didn't get you. Can you please repeat that?
yeah, no problem. So static is clear, right, Anita?
Yeah. Static, I got it.
So dynamic in the sense we have separate dashboard. So through the dashboard, you can do any changes without any coding knowledge also. For example, you don't know any coding knowledge. So but you want one website and at the same time, you can do changes yourself without any coding knowledge also. If you want to do any changes, so we can do dynamic website. For example, see here I am going to open one engineering college website. Here my client requirement is so they want to so update their self. For example, you can observe here we have some latest news. This news they can post their self. No need to depend upon the developer. So whenever if you are using static one compulsory, developer can do the changes, right? When coming to dynamic, so we have separate dashboard. Through the dashboard, you can do any changes also. For example, I want to do some changes. So how we are going to do the changes and where we are going to do the changes, I will show you. So now I'm going to open that website. So for this type of websites, we are going to create separate admin. So that means, so already we given some credential to the particular admin. So they are going to log in. After login, so they have some options here. For example, if you want to post some news, directly you can post here. For example, hi BAET. I'm going to post this one in the backend. In the backend I am updated. So just to open this website, so just refresh it one more time. So now see, previously we don't have high BAT. Now see, we have automatically reflected here. So this is about the dynamic. If you want to delete that news or if you want to edit that news also, directly you can go through the options here and we have the edit and delete. Now I want to delete this news, just you can so delete that one. After deleting, again refresh it, so automatically that latest news is deleted here. So
Yeah, it's not having any coding knowledge also, just
yeah,
through the dashboard we can
yes,
access it and
yeah,
update it.
yes.
Okay.
So that dashboard we are going to design with the help of coding knowledge only, but
Mhm.
admin can do the changes without any coding knowledge also. For example, I am giving some username and password to you. So you can directly post some news, you can add the photos, you can add the videos as well as you can post some exam notifications also. Here we have multiple options. Huh? These options you can use it and with the help of these options, you can do any changes in your website. This is about
Mhm.
the dynamic. So if you are
Mhm.
observing like a e-commerce websites also, so today there is some products, right? So in the tomorrow, so the new products is added, right? So through the coding, they are not going to add. So through the dashboard only, they are going to add. That is about the dynamic website. So
Mhm.
what is the difference between static and dynamic? Static is a fixed content. In the static website also we can do the changes, but who can do the changes? Developer can do the changes here. So every
Mhm.
time you have to depend upon the developer. So then only you will get the changes. So when coming to dynamic, we have separate dashboard. Through the dashboard, so you can do any changes. If you want to access the dashboard, we have separate admin. So that means we have some credentials. Through the credentials, you can log in and you can access the dashboard and you can do the, for example, if you want to insert some news, if you want to post some news, you can post. If you want to edit also, you can edit. If you want to delete also, you can do the delete. Like that, you can do the, so all operations with the help of dynamic websites. And how we are going to identify whether that is a dynamic or static? We have the different type of extensions for the dynamic website. So .php, nothing but PHP language. .py, nothing but Python language. .aspx, nothing but .net. .jsp, nothing but Java. Like we have different programming languages. With the help of different programming languages, we are going to do the dynamic websites. So clear, right? So this is
Yeah,
about the
you're saying fixed content, right? For static ones, you're saying fixed content, but how
yeah.
it keeps changing, right? If I,
That means
as a developer,
developer only can do the changes, no?
okay,
Yeah, in a
okay.
static, developer can do the changes. For example, if you don't know any coding knowledge, so you are unable to do the changes in the static website. That's why it is a
Mhm.
fixed content. So for
Okay.
example, I am developing one website. So you can observe here. So after hosting, so maximum time, so clients won't ask the changes. For example, see this website, so we developed. So we developed in the 2017. See, we are not updating this one. Why? Because my client don't want to do changes. So actually we have to every year change the copyright symbol, right? So we have to
Mhm.
change the year. So in 2017 we developed this one, but they didn't ask any changes. So that's why we are not touching this website. So actually here we have to maintain 2021. So this is the
Mhm.
static one. You can observe. So we have the which extension we have .html. So that means this is the static one. So every
Mhm.
time developer can do the changes this one. So he is not asking. So we are not doing any changes in this one. This is about the static. So but coming to dynamic. So developer no need to do anything here. So if you want to do the changes directly yourself, you can do the changes. For example, so today they are going to conduct one internal exams. So I want to post some exam notifications. How we are going to post exam notifications here? So directly we have the one option called exam notifications. Directly you can post some exam, so and so mid exams we have. So I have to upload that calendar also. And if you want to download the link also, you can keep the download link also. Like that, we are going to design the complete dashboard. Through the dashboard, they can do any changes. This is about
Mhm.
the dynamic. So
Yeah,
it's clear, Anita?
yeah, yes, I got
Yes.
it.
Yeah. So this is the small introduction of the website and types of websites. Now coming to our course, first module, we are going to cover HTML. So what is HTML? By using HTML, we can design static websites. Already you know what is mean by static, all these things. So and
Mhm.
HTML stands for hypertext markup language, right? So what is meant by
Mhm.
markup language? Markup language in the sense everything should be tag format we have. That means in HTML, we have to use the tag for each and every functionality. For example, if you want to display one paragraph, we have to use one tag for that. If you want to display one heading, for that we have to use one heading tag. If you want to display one image, we have to do image tag. Like that, we have to use everywhere, we have to every time we have to use the tag. How we are going to write the tags? By using Angular basis. So within the Angular, if you are writing one thing that is called tag. So now I am writing P, we can call it as a P tag. If you are writing here image, we can call it as a image tag. If you are writing H1, we can call it as a H1 tag. Like that. So we are using the Angular basis. Through the Angular basis, we are going to represent the tags. So
Yeah,
how many tags in HTML we have?
we have three here now, right?
Just I am saying the examples. How many types of tags in HTML? You know already something, right? You know basic knowledge, no? So that's why I'm asking.
How many? I'm
How
not
many
sure how
type?
many.
How many? How many types of tags in HTML we have? How many
Uh,
types?
I'm not sure.
Okay, okay. So we have two types of tags. One is paired tag and second one is unpaired tag.
Unpaired. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So we have the parent tag, right? What is the syntax for the parent tag? So we have to open one tag name, then master should we have to close the tag name. For example, if you are opening p tag, so you have to close the p.
P tag.
So yeah, so whenever if you are observing this closing, we can call it as a parent tag. If you are using h1 tag, master should we have to close the h1 tag. This is
Mm-hmm.
parent tag examples, syntax and
Mm-hmm.
example. So we have
Mm-hmm.
unpaid also now. Unpaid in the sense we have tag name itself closing. That means we have the self closings. So that's why this unpaid tags also called as self closing tags.
Mm-hmm.
So unpaid is also called as self closing tag. Example, we have the HR tag, nothing but horizontal line. We'll discuss each and everything with real time only. Just I'm
Mhm.
showing the examples. What is the
Mm.
syntax and what is the example for that. So like this in HTML, everything should be tag format. With the help of each and every tag, we are going to do some basic functionality, right? So
Mhm.
for each and every
BR also we can put no for
oh yeah,
untagged tag.
we have the beer, we have the
Mm.
image tag, we have the
Ah,
input control. So many tags we have. Just for
yes.
example, I'm saying okay. So
Okay.
we have like a paired tags as well as unpaired tags, right? So
Mm.
whenever if you are doing any programming in a large, so whenever if you are doing any programming, we have some basic structure, right? So
Mm.
here also we have the some structure. So what is the structure of HTML programming? So whenever if you are using bracket, so automatically the structure is default structure, it will displace. Now, so I am going to use the Notepad++. Here I am not going to do anything. So here I am going to write everything manually. We are not going
Mm.
to generate automatically. Now I am going to write the basic structure, just you can observe.
Mm.
HTML, then HTML should be closed. Here we have to use the head, then head should be closed. Within the head, you can do the title. Then here you can use, for example, this is sample web page. So then the title should be closed. So after this, we have to use the body. Then the body should be closed. Within the body, if you want to print anything, you can write. For example, welcome to ELearn InfoTech. This is the thing we are going to write. After
Mm.
this, we have to save this page now. So now I am going to save this file in any location. For example, in the so already I have some folder. In that folder, I am going to create. For example, this one is so sample to dot htm or html. You can use any extension, so it will run fine. So now I'm using dot html extension, so I have to run this file. So just go to the file, and here we have the open in default here, so it will automatically reflect it to the browser, and it will shows the output here. For example, see here we are using the title. So this title, where it will be displayed, this is web page title. So always this web page title is displayed in the top bar. You can observe here we have, this is sample web page, and for this
Okay.
website
Mm.
also we have, and for this website also we have, for this thing also we have, for Gmail also we have some title. That means each and every web page we have that title. So we are going to keep here something, it will automatically be reflected to the browser screen top bar. So we can say it as a web page title. So after
Mhm.
that, within the body we are writing something, right? So within the body, if you are writing anything, it will display in the browser screen. This one we can call it as a layout. So if you want to print anything in the layout, we have to write within the body. So we'll explain from starting onwards, you can observe. So what is the use of HTML tag? It will inform to the browser. So from here onwards, we are going to start our HTML code. So then we have the head tag. So by using head tag, we can declare the titles as well as styles also in CSS. We are using the styles as well as scripts. Nothing but JavaScripts also we are going to place within the head only. So up to now we don't know the CSS and JavaScript. Just that's why I'm using the title. Within the title, if you are writing anything, it will reflect in the browser screen top bar. Then within the body, we are writing something, it will reflect in the output. So for each and every project, you have to follow the same structure. So this closing and this opening, you have to follow. So and one more thing, in HTML we have the versions, right? Like HTML and HTML5 we have. So whenever
Mm.
if we are using HTML or HTML5, we know this is HTML or this is HTML5. But how browser can identify it? So for browser identification purpose, we have the doc type. Whenever you are using doc type like this, sorry, whenever you are using Doctype like this, browser can understand, okay, user is using HTML version. In case if you are using HTML5, here you have to add the Doctype HTML. So that is about the Doctype. What is the use of Doctype? So to describe the which version of the HTML we are using. That means to inform to the browser which version of the HTML we are using. So if you are using HTML5, we have to use Doctype HTML. If you are using HTML, we can keep Doctype. In real time
Mm.
scenario, always we are using HTML5 only. So that's why if you want to check this one, so just go to the source. So you can observe here, we have Doctype is HTML. Why? Because all are HTML5 websites only in real-time scenario. So that's why we have to use the Doctype. So this is the basic standard structure we have to follow for each and every project in real-time scenario. For example, I am going to remove entire code. Now it is executed or not?
Mm, I think it will
Okay.
not.
Okay. So now see, just go to the output and refresh it. This is our web page. Refresh it. See, it is executed.
Still,
Yeah.
without the code also it is
Hmm.
executing.
Why? Because so that extension we have now. So whenever we have that extension .html, so it will be considered as a HTML web page. So here, whenever if you are not following the standard, also it will displace. Why? Because it is a error-free language. If you are missing that syntax mistakes, so it won't consider as a syntax mistake. So that is the mistake only, but this editors, this browsers inbuilt, we have the engines. So through the engines, it won't display any error. But whenever if you are doing some real-time project, at the time we have to fix that errors and we have to follow the some standard structure also, right? Now, in the previous example, I am not following any standard here. Just I am not using any tag. Just save this one, and whenever we are moved to the output, so it will everything is fine. It won't show any error also. Why? Because it is error-free language now. But whenever if you are doing these type of projects, we have to follow some standards that is called W3C. W3C in the sense World Wide Web Consortium. That means we have some rules and regulations. You have to follow that rules and regulations also. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm going to open that tool, and at the same time I'm going to submit this code. In case if we have any errors, it will show us. So now just to go to the validator. This is the tool. So see, W3C standards, you can enter your URL, otherwise you can upload your file, otherwise directly you can paste your code. Now I'm going to paste my code. Just check once.
This is what is this? This is called W3C,
W
W3 validator.
validator in
Okay.
the sense we have some rules and regulations in the real time. Whenever if you are developing any project, we have to follow some standard rules for that development website. We have to follow the standards. So now see, here we got one error. In the browser, it won't show any error, but in the tool, you can observe we have one error. What is the error it is showing? So consider adding a language attribute in HTML tag. That means in HTML tag, they're asking, so you have to use the language attribute. Which language we are using? English now. You have to maintain English. Now see, just click on, again check one more time. So see, documentation checking completed, no errors or no warnings to show. Understood, right?
So this is the standard everybody should
Yeah.
follow, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So whenever if you are doing any real-time project, we have to follow the standard.
Yeah.
So this is the overview of the HTML. I will explain in real-time examples in regular sessions. So just I'm going to give some brief information about the HTML as well as editor and as well as this tool also. Okay. So
Yes.
we can simply say, so HTML is a raw data. What is meant by raw data? Raw data in the sense without markup. We can simply say it as a without markup. That means there is no proper alignment, there is no proper decoration, there is no proper stylings also we don't have in the HTML. So that's why, so we are going to use the CSS. What is the use of CSS? By using CSS, we can decorate the web page. Already by using HTML, we can design that web page. Here, we are going to decorate the web page. How we are going to decorate? We are going to use some background colors as well as font colors, font sizes, different type of things we are going to apply. I will show you some real-time examples, just you can observe. Here we have the red color background, right? Now I don't want red color background. In case if you want to apply blue color, just I'm going to show you some preview. Now we can observe, in case it is a blue color, how it should be look like. Now see, this is the blue color. So in case if you want to do the another color, see how it is be look like that. You can go through the preview part, and in case if you are okay with that, you can do the permanent changes also. So this is the thing we are going to apply with the help of CSS. Now I don't want single background color. I want to do the mixed colors. So we can call it as a gradient. So here I'm going to apply the gradient feature. So now see, we have the black color in the left side. Whenever we
Hmm.
are moved to the right side, we have the another color. I don't want to the left to right. I want to do the top to bottom. We can simply apply here top. So simply here, I'm going to remove the thing. Now see here we have the top to bottom black and that color. So now I don't want that black color. So I want to do red and another color. You can observe. So there is a red and we have something different color, right? If you want
Hmm.
to change another color also. So now I want red and blue mix. You can observe we have automatically mixed colors also. So these
Hmm.
type of things we are going to build with the help of CSS. I will show you a few more examples for this CSS. So here you can observe we have the round shape images here. Whenever we are move the cursor, see what happened? It will displace the so square shape. How we are going to do these type of scenarios? This is again with the help of CSS only we can build that. So, and at the same time here we have one button. This button should be normal like a rectangle. This edges should be sharp. I don't want to do the sharp. I want to do the rounded corners. So for that one, we can use the again CSS thing only. So now you can observe here. See, previously this button we have like this. Now see automatically that shape should be changed. So how we are going to do that? Again with the help of CSS only. Now I don't want that style. I want something different. Now see, you can observe automatically that shape of the button also change, right? So like this
Hmm.
type of things we are going to use with the help of CSS. That means you have to remember one thing, with the help of CSS you can do any type of stylings. For example, here we have the heading. That heading size I want to reduce. So simply you can go through the CSS. So here I am using the 18px. So now I'm going to change like a see. Now it is very small 11. So if you want to increase also, you can observe now it is increased. So just this is the preview purpose only. This is not a permanent changes. Already it is
Hmm.
hosted. So just for my browser only it is showing. So if you are opening same
Hmm.
website, it won't show this styling. Why? Because here
Right.
I'm doing the temporary changes only. I'm not going to do permanent
Hmm.
things. So this is about the CSS. You have to understand one thing. So the CSS is completely depends upon the stylings only. We have to use the n number of things. So with the help of font colors, font sizes, anything we are going to do with the help of CSS. So CSS is
Hmm.
clear, Anita?
Yes, yes, yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So then next module is JavaScript. What is the use of JavaScript and why we are using JavaScript in real-time scenario? By using JavaScript, we can do the client-side validations. What is meant by client-side validations? For example, see here I am opening one website. Here my client requirement is, so they have some form. These all fields are mandatory. Mandatory in the sense you have to compulsory fill all the details now. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm not going to fill anything here. Just I'm trying to click on submit button. After click on the submit button, what happened you can observe. I'm not entering anything here. Just I'm trying to click on submit button. Whenever you are click on the submit button, what happened? It will show some messages like a validation messages. It is showing. What are the messages it is showing? So it is showing like a please enter name. So why? Because that is a mandatory field, but we are not entering anything. So that's why it is showing in the please enter name. At the same time, please enter valid email ID. Please enter mobile number. Like that it is showing now. For example, in the mobile number, if you are entering some characters, again it will show different message. So mobile number contains only numbers only. For example, I am entering numbers only, but that length should be like 20 numbers. So mobile number generally we have the 10 digits only now. If you are entering more than 10 digit, again it will shows another message. These type of validations we are going to build with the help of JavaScript, and at the same time we can also perform the calculations. If you want to perform like arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, module, anything, we are going to perform with the help of JavaScript. So the main intention of JavaScript is we can do the client side validations. So here client in the sense who is using this application, that is client. Here browser type only is showing the validation. See, whenever we are opening this website, so here it is showing, where it is showing in the browser only, no? So in the browser we are performing this type of validations. That's why we can call it as a JavaScript, is a client side validations. If you are user using this one, so this messages it will be reflected to the user only. So that's why we can call it as a client side validation. Entire JavaScript, so we have different type of concept. All the concept, we have the functions, user defined function, predefined functions, we have the loops, we have the conditional statements, we have so many topics. All the topics we are going to use for this type of validations only. So the main advantage of JavaScript is we can do the client side validations. So how we are going to display these type of messages, all these things we are going to do with live examples only. So this is about the JavaScript. So clear
Okay,
on it now?
client side validation means
Yeah.
as a user, whichever
Yeah.
website I will access, that is called client side
Yeah. Yes.
validation.
Yes. So
Okay,
for the
okay.
user, it will be reflected, no? So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we can call it as a client-side validations. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
then next module is jQuery. What is the use of jQuery and why we are using jQuery? By using jQuery, we can animate the data. That means we can perform any animations. So jQuery is an advanced library of JavaScript. What is meant by library? Library in the sense, so we have set of inbuilt functions. So already we have the functions, predefined functions. Just you have to use the functions and you can perform any type of animations. For example, now we can observe. So here I am going to open this website. See here the numbers are automatically increasing. So how we are going to increase this type of things? We are going to do this is animation only, right? So we are going to build with the help of jQuery. For example, so here you can observe we have the testimonials also. After some time gap, so this testimonials is moving automatically. So and at the same time, here you can observe in this slider also, one time this text should be coming from the right side, top, left and bottom. So already internally we write some time, so depends upon the time it will be appear one side from the left side, top and bottom. So like that, different type of things we are going to perform with the help of jQuery. That means whenever if you are observing any type of animation in any website, so you can simply understood, okay, that is built with the help of jQuery.
jQuery.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So for client side validation, we are using JavaScript.
JavaScript,
For animation purpose, we are
yes,
using
jQuery,
jQuery, and
yeah,
for styling purpose, we are using CSS.
CSS, yes.
Oh man,
So
okay. Thank you so much for explaining
yeah.
because I was so confused. I didn't know what client side validation is. I didn't know why we are using jQuery.
Acha, acha, acha,
Okay.
acha.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So with the help of jQuery also we can do the validations, but that is the advanced thing I will show you in the regular sessions. So
Yeah.
this is the thing. So now up to now by using all these modules we developed one website, but that isn't not a device friendly website. That means now I'm opening one website in the desktop. That is fine. Same website whenever we are opening in the mobile. So I want to do the device compatibility. So if you want to do the device compatibility, we have to use the another module called Bootstrap. So what is the use of Bootstrap? By using Bootstrap, we can make the layout as responsive. So what is meant by responsive? Responsive in the sense device-friendly websites you have to build. Why? Because so in real-time scenario, we have different type of devices. Some of the persons are using desktop, some of persons laptop and tab, and at the same time mobile. So for example, I am opening one website in this four type of devices. So we don't know whether user is using desktop or laptop or tab or mobile. We are always running in the desktop as a developer, that is fine. But user may be opening the mobile, so we are going to do the device compatibility websites. How we are going to do that? We are going to use the Bootstrap. So for example, now I'm going to show you some example for that. You can observe. So
Responsive web designing, right? This is
yes,
called as.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So here you can observe we have the menu like this. Now whenever we are opening in the mobile, see menu should be automatically concised. Whenever we are click on that one, the menu should be appear. Otherwise menu won't appear. So just you can scroll down. So here we have the courses one by one. But in desktop view, you can observe here. So in one row, how many courses we have? 4 courses. In the mobile, it is showing one by one. Why? Because in the mobile, whenever if you are displaying four courses at a time, it is not look and feel right. So that's why
Mm.
we can make the layout like this. So in desktop, how many items I want? In the laptop, how many items I want? So you have to calculate that one, and you have to design these type of websites in real-time scenario. This is called responsive design. So we can call it as a bootstrap module. By using
Mm.
bootstrap module, we can do that. In the bootstrap, we have the versions 3.4.1. This is old version, and currently we are going to use 4.3.1. And so fifth version, we have that beta version, but this is not a officially launched. So that's why in real-time scenario, if you are developing any new project, you can go through the 4.3.1. For example, if your client has already one website, they want some changes. Maybe they are using old versions. So at the time we have to know the old version as well as new version also. So we are going to cover both the versions BS. So clear, Anita?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
So yeah, up to now we are developing one website by using all the modules. So now
Mm.
what is my intention? I want to launch that website. So otherwise you can only access. Why? Because that entire files. So in your PC only you have right. So now my
Mm.
intention is I want to launch that website. So for that we have to purchase domain. Domain in the sense like www.abcd.com, like that we have the domain names now. So what are the different type of extensions we have? Why? Because we have the .com, and at the same time we have .in. For example, now I'm going to open here another website. You can observe. So my client is Australian client. So you can observe their domain is .com.au. So that is extensions are different. So .uk, .my Malaysia, like that we have the different type of extensions we have. How we are going to buy this domain, and at the same time how we are going to buy the server in the sense space. Simply we can call it as a hosting. So how we are going to purchase the server space? After purchasing the server space, how we are going to launch our website? So we are going to use the launching the website. So how we are going to do all these things we are going to cover. And at the same time, if you want to take the backups also, why? Because some of the cases your website is hacked by some other person, and otherwise it will be affected with the malware. How we are going to relaunch also we are going to discuss, and how we are going to take the backups we are going to discuss. All these things we are going to cover in the module called web hostings. So as a fresher level, they are not asking anything, and they are not giving any credentials to you. Why? Because if you are doing some mistake in the server, entire website is collapsed. So that's
Mm.
why as an experienced person only, they can do this type of things. So this is about the entire web designing. So this is theoretical knowledge, right? When coming to practical implementation, what are the tools and strategies we are using? I will explain. So up to now it's clear, Anita.
Yes, sir. Yeah, very clear.
Yeah. So now I'm going to auto generate some codes, just you can observe here. So here I have the departments. In the departments, I'm going to open CSC. In the CSC, I have some table here. This is faculty table I have. So we are getting this entire data from the client only. So now my requirement is I'm not going to write everything manually. Why? Because here we have the 53 rows. So it will take some time. Actually, we are going to use the table tag in HTML. So we are going to develop each and everything manually. So instead of doing everything manually, I'm going to use some tool called wordhtml.com. Here, what I'm trying to do is just copy paste this one and just click on HTML. See,
Oh,
automatically.
it converts.
Yeah. So entire table code. See how many lines of code also will check. So nearly 400 lines of code is generated. If you are writing manually, it will take 2 to 3 hours time, right?
Mm.
So
Mm.
that's why we are going to use these type of techniques. For example, I want to do some points. So that points also I want like a circle things. So just I'm going to type here. So this is the third point, fourth point. So just to go to the HTML, see we have code is converted. So these
Mm.
type of techniques we are going to follow. If you know the coding also, we are going to follow this one. Why? Because so we have each and every project there is some deadline. Within the deadline only we have to finish.
Yeah.
So this is the normal basic things we are going to apply, and at the same time Whenever if you are doing some real-time project, we have to integrate the call button. Whenever we are click on this button in the mobile, automatically it will move to the dial pad. And at the same time, how we are going to do this type of WhatsApp integrations. So in real time, this is the normal real time, this is not a theoretical part. So whenever if
Mm.
you are doing some real time thing, we have to build like this type of things. And at the same time, uh, in case some of the clients, they are going to ask like live chat implementations also. So how we are going to integrate live chat widgets also, already I implemented in this website. I will show you, just you can observe. So how we are going to do these type of scenarios, all these things we are going to cover with live examples only. So
Okay.
up to now clear, right? So we have so many tools. That tools we are going to discuss in our regular sessions. So this is a complete web designing thing, and we are going to finish this one in within 2 months, like duration, and the daily 1 hour theoretical part as well as daily assignments is mandatory. We are going to give some assignment. We have to finish that assignment. You can mail, okay, before coming to the next session. So
So
this is.
finish it and email it to you.
Yeah, yeah. So after finishing that one, you have to mail to me so that we'll check one more time, and at the same time we are going to revise what are the mistakes you did. Why? Because it is a error-free language now. If you are doing some syntax mistakes also, it will execute, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
have to discuss each and everything. So I will show you the real-time examples also. And one more thing, if you are doing some international client websites also, their servers also different. So how we are going to access their servers, all these things we are going to cover. And
Right.
5 live projects we are going to cover. So first project I am going to teach each and everything. So remaining 4 projects you have to develop your own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I will give you the requirement. Just you have to work on that. That's it.
Yeah.
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 So this is the process we are going to do, Anita.